only public appearance together we will ever make in our entire lives.
So we got something to do.
Oh, great! Nice!
Full
Kurt, you can't leave! Come back!
Would you like some cake?
I'm not opening this till you come back! Kurt? Kurt, it's Francis's first haircut. Alright, I'm gonna take the chair out, put her in the throne.
How you gonna do that?
Should I do it right here? Kurt, sit on the throne. Where's the scissors? You got them?
Yeah, somebody's got to hold
I
it.
can do it.
No, I'm doing the haircut. So, yes I am. Yes I am. I'm doing the haircut.
I don't have to be cocked just. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Okay.
Shall I go down and get a bowl?
Will you try and find the classical station on that? This is her Cartier comb. That's right.
You haven't been eating a lot. You don't feel like a bloated child.
Yeah, you gotta force her to eat lately.
She's been sick.
Well, you really have to force her to eat. She's not motivated to. We don't have any milk in the house either. Callie, forget. It's like a big deal.
I'm so tired.
I'm sorry.
Get my eyes open.
Stop it, Kurt. You don't want your daughter to see you behaving like you're on drugs.
I'm not on drugs. I'm tired.
More teeth. More teeth.
Please.
My teeth look so bad.
See? Wife beating.
Here we go.
Oh, I'm pretty good enough. It was going to be
so gorgeous. You won't be able to believe it. You won't be able to believe it.
Oh, pancakes.
You won't be able to believe it.
Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now am found. Was blind, but now I see.
Wait, Hi, I'm Charles Barkley, host of the season premiere of Saturday Night Live with Nirvana. Look, Mom, your favorite, Nirvana. You're happy with this? Play it back. Hi, I'm Charles Barkley. I'm hosting the season premiere of Saturday Night Live with Nirvana. I'm not a role model, and these guys really aren't role models.
Bands with headbands.
That's alternative, the haircut for men. It's like you push it back and you wear a big headband. Then it's that one thing you comb it all over. Like,
Stand by,
where
they're
they
gonna roll the
comb
package.
yeah.
Monitor right here. And Jim, if
What's
you
his
want to
name
watch
did
it,
that?
you can.
Okay.
That night, that comedy routine, he grabbed all his hair and he held it all.
Are you a fan of Nirvana?
Sure.
Yes, I am.
Sure.
Just the way that they're not into what everybody else is into, you know, they just sort of do their own thing. I respect that anyhow.
They didn't go to college.
Didn't go to college.
Nirvana.
Nirvana. What's that?
Never heard of Nirvana.
Good for you.
What kind of music do you listen to? I usually listen to pop music. Did you know that they have a new album now?
Yeah. I haven't heard of that.
Could you take this home and listen to it and then come back tomorrow at the same time and tell me what you did? Sure.
All right. Yeah, no problem.
Narc.
I work here, so I'm here every day.
Sure. Where is this college?
St. John's.
Tell me, how did you like the music? Oh, it was great. It was really good.
So very similar to the first album, and I got a couple songs that will be playing on the radio. Are going to be hits. Third track, and Clock Shake Box will probably be on MTV or something. And I like the Night Shot. Anyone that sees.
This guy should work for David Geffen
There
Company.
are a couple songs that I could listen to, and I enjoyed the music too.
Killer Bee. Or not Freddy Krueger.
A lot of the lyrics I thought were just thrown in. I mean, they could have deeper meaning, and I tried to really analyze them. But some of these lyrics just seem like, I think if I was stoned when I listened to it, but I don't do that anymore.
That's it. I'm in college.
It's target marketing.
The first time you made me, I was not too happy with that song.
Oh.
Kind of funny.
I prefer the beginning part of the album, especially Raven. Rape Me was just, that's just like, I think they want controversy with that song, because all it is, there's no real meaning to it, I thought, other than it was just really blatant and loud.
The drum was really good. Rape Me was really good, and Crunchy Box was excellent.
Hey, potential sales.
All of that high tempo, especially the beginning of the album, all of them are great. And then it mellow out around the middle, then at the end it hypes you back up again.
All right. Who are the Dons?
Sense of Practice was good. I think they should open the Sense of Practice. Francis Farmer, after we run to Seattle, was also good, but I don't know who Francis Farmer is. If I knew who Francis Farmer was, or what that meant, I would enjoy it more.
Would you recommend
If I was stoned.
They have the first album, they'll enjoy this one.
It was pretty good. It's not what I usually listen to, but I listened to it again.
Can't please everybody.
Bye.
All right, my man.
It's upside down.
That's the people, you know. Everybody's got an asshole and everybody's got an opinion.
I work here.
I wonder what my mom thinks of that record. I haven't asked her. Oh, it's nice. It's good.
It's very good.
It's good.
It's very good, Chris.
I'm going to ask you some MTV questions about the piece that we just...
Hold on a second.
Of nationalism and God are perfectly cohesive.
Okay, I can start anytime.
Look at that pillar.
Fuzzy. Remember Rail?
Yeah.
These
I
first
guess
questions
it's
are
big,
about
fuzzy.
that thing that we just saw. 3 out of 8 people we approached said they never heard of Nirvana. What do you think of that?
They must be living in a cave. They don't read music.
They have forsaken the age of information. They are to be eliminated.
Some of the people who responded to the song Rape Me said they were offended by it in some way, or that they couldn't understand it. Could you explain the meaning of the song to perhaps clear up?
I think they...
Well, we're the cover boys of about 10 different magazines this month. And in every one of those magazines, we explain it pretty good. It's a let me repeat that, anti-rape song. I don't know, I just thought, I got tired of people trying to put too much meaning into my lyrics, you know, as being too, not making enough sense, you know. So I decided to be really blunt and bold. So, and I just thought it's kind of a funny just reward for a person who rapes, like a mean asshole who rapes a woman, violates her, and then he goes into jail and gets raped, you know. Yeah. I think it's kind of a justice, in a way. Like that. I thought we've made our stance on rape clear within the last year and a half, you know?
Yeah, but
most anyone who knows about us would probably know that we are pretty much anti-rape at this point, you know?
But yeah, I mean, you would think that would be clear, but I guess these were people who didn't know anything about you and are just like listening to a record, you know? Like if that song all of a sudden starts, I mean, you've obviously, I mean, you had trouble with Saturday Night Live, right? I mean, trying to get that song played.
Yeah.
I mean, why is that? If it's just this straightforward anti-rape song, why are they having a problem with it?
Maybe you shouldn't be talking about it. It's like taboo, you know. Daddy's bonking the little stepchild. I mean, we don't talk about that here. No.
What's controversial about an anti-rape song, basically? I mean, I guess it's the way, it's the nature of the...
It's a taboo, you know.
Taboo subject.
Yeah.
So what'd you think of those guys, the reaction to the album from the Vox Populi there? Seemed to like it, didn't they?
I would have rather taken it to a rock and roll show or something, you know?
Right.
Instead of just like college students.
Just random college students who may or may not listen to rock music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I don't think they listen to our music anyhow, so.
What about the college charts?
Oh yeah, weren't we on the college charts?
College evolved into alternative.
It started with college, didn't it? What do we know?
We never went to college. What's college like? Is there girls and frat boy parties? That's pretty scary.
We played at a lot of college parties.
I know. We practically went to the Evergreen State College. I mean,
I know,
just
we
go to all
lived there. Went there every weekend, and no one studied, that's for sure.
liberal arts college. They have a class there which you can follow around the Grateful Dead and get a credit for it.
You could work at a record label and get a credit for it. Yeah.
They didn't have a football team.
Kind of a liberal college. Everyone likes to go there.
That's where like Calvin Johnson went.
Yeah.
People like that.
Matt Groening went there.
Yeah.
Linda
right.
Berry, Bruce Pavitt.
Modern day pop geniuses.
Pear, Bernstein.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Pear did.
Yeah, Pear went there.
He's babysitting my child right now.
He's a good guy when he's got it together.
He's with his mom, though.
Oh, good.
Oh, good.
Yeah, we've noticed actually all the interns that we had this policy at Spin at one point that we weren't going to hire any more interns that went to college because they were completely clueless. The more college experience they had, you know what I mean? It's like high school dropouts are the only ones who know how to operate a Xerox machine. I don't know.
We educated ourselves on the street.
Okay, more MTV questions about your album, In Utero. What kind of album did you deliberately set out to make with In Utero as opposed to what you did with Nevermind? In reaction to it, or in terms of specifically, I guess in terms of the sound of it, was there any?
Well, we had an idea of a sound that we've been wanting for a long time, you know, because of Steve Albini's production from a lot of other bands like Breeders and the Pixies and stuff like that. You know those bands. You never heard of them? It's just that sound that we really like, and we thought that sounded so natural and real, and it has a really beautiful ambience to it. So that's why we chose it.
There was a review I just read of it that said it sounded like you set out to make the last punk rock record, and you ended up making what sounded like the first punk rock record.
We were out to commit commercial suicide.
Yeah.
What else were we out to do? Career
To
suicide.
pee off our A&R man.
We didn't care what was on the record. We just wanted to put out a raunchy record.
Just threw it out.
To be
There's
controversial.
There's other, just for controversy's sake, just like that person said on that
We
clip.
want comfort.
We want confrontation. We like stressing everybody out, our management and label and ourselves. We feed off it. It's some dysfunction we have.
Man, the music business is nothing like the TV business, I've realized.
That's good.
Being on Saturday Night Live yesterday,
Yeah.
being around that, oh, it's chaotic.
In what way? Is TV even worse?
Ooh, oh God, I couldn't imagine working in TV.
Because more people are addicted to TV than they are music.
Yeah, that's probably true.
So
Just so much pressure.
So were you happy with, I mean, you know, well, the sound that Albini got? I mean, was it the drum
Right
sound
away,
of your dreams?
yeah. As soon as we started, the first song that we recorded, we listened back to it and said, okay, yeah, that's his sound. That's what we wanted, you know. Which isn't, I mean, it is his sound. It's a trademark sound, but it's something that I personally have had in my head ever since I've been in a band. Ever since we've had this band going, I've wanted that kind of a sound because it sounds so natural and real. And, you know, technology nowadays, 99% of all studios sound too, you know, digital, you know. And,
Yeah, that's definitely not Steve, is it?
yeah, so he used, you know, a lot of old analog equipment and a lot of microphones, like quadruple the amount of microphones that people normally use.
yeah. We kind of fit into his work ethic too, because we had all the songs down, almost all the songs down. We just went in there and knocked them out. Because I've heard stories from other bands, like if you don't get the song down in 3 takes, it's like, forget it, don't even do it. Hard ass, cracking his whip.
How was he to work with? Did you get along with him?
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
On a record, it says recorded by. It doesn't say produced
Well,
by.
that's the ethic. He's like Mr. Ethic.
That's his thing. That's
Yeah.
what he said.
Yeah, but we gave him $2 million.
That's true. But
Money talks.
How did that whole controversy arose at the point, you know, when you were done with the record, and you know, apparent it was reported widely that he said, or I don't know.
People were just clamoring for something. They just jumped on it was just speculation, and they blew it out of proportion. And like for an establishment magazine like Newsweek to just report on something so sketchy, full like a page and a half. It was just amazing. I couldn't believe it. Then I started flipping through other stories about the Mideast and whatever. I'm like, God, how much credibility do these things have? And then, sure enough, bottom of the birdcage.
I had kind of the same. I had kind of the same reaction too. It's like if something like this could be so wrong, then what does it say for the rest of the stories? That
I mean, there was some truth. I mean, there was a little bit of friction in the way
there was confusion for about a month or so after we brought the tape home. We listened to it. We couldn't tell what was wrong with it. There was something wrong. It just didn't hit us like our other recordings had, and it just took us a while to figure out that the vocals weren't loud enough. That was basically what the problem was.
The bass was really quiet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what we did. So we fixed it in mastering.
Right.
Just EQ'd it a little bit different.
Right.
And remixed 2 songs.
Right. And when he turned his back on the console, they'd pushed the vocal faders out.
Yeah, there was one time when I walked out of the room and slammed the door.
Yeah.
And then I came back in and got my way. Threw a star fit for about 10 minutes. That's all it took.
I did that at a hot dog stand today, too.
Really? You didn't get the right hot dog?
Too much mustard.
Setless Apprentice is apparently one of the first songs that you guys have sort of more fully collaborated on than in the past. Is that sort of a direction you'd like to take further in the future? Or?
Hell yes. Takes the pressure off of me. Dave came up with the drum beat, and we just built the song off of the drum. And the riff, yeah. He came up with the drum beat, and then he showed me the riff, you know, and it was really simple, and we thought, well, this could work, and I was thinking, this is kind of bonehead, and then I thought, we'll work on it, and it turned out great, and now I'm excited about it, because now we can write together even more.
Yeah.
You know, we're really passive-aggressive people. We don't like to, you know, complain to each other very often. That's probably why we survived.
We should go into therapy, all of us. Sit down with this therapist.
No way. We should just bitch about each other in articles, you know, separately.
Yeah, read the book.
Yeah.
Read the book, I know, yeah.
I didn't bitch about anybody.
Huh?
I didn't bitch about anybody.
You didn't?
No.
Oh, I guess you're right. I did a lot of bitching. I can't even finish that book. I really can't even finish it. It's just like, oh God, I hate
I read
myself.
it last night.
I learned a lot from that book.
Yeah. I learned a lot
you
from
know?
almost, you know, the first 2 chapters that I should just shut up sometimes.
Is it weird to read about your life in print?
It's like it seems like a violation. Like, who needs to know what I was like when I was a child, you know?
And our lives are like hamburgers for B. Dalton and Doubleday, and then they're the fry cooks dishing out the slop.
It was. I mean, in terms of.
It's a good book.
Yeah, I thought
it's
so
well
too.
written.
Very well written and like extremely thorough, more so than most band biographies.
Tell me about it.
And extremely you know, extremely.
Yeah.
You guys were extremely open and honest, which is. Do you
Sometimes that hurts.
Yeah. Do you think? I mean, do you hope that maybe it will help diffuse some of the sort of negative rumor mongering and things like that? Was that sort of one of the motivations for doing it in the first place?
Well, better have a biography come out with someone that you're cooperating with than someone who just wants to.
Yeah, like those
make you
other
look
witches.
like a piece of shit.
Yeah, but not, you know, people don't buy rock books very often. It's not a very large selling market, you know, so I don't know. The majority of people that buy, you know, probably 3 million people that bought our record last year only knew about us from maybe watching us on Saturday Night Live and hearing us on the AOR radio station, you know.
Or seeing the video or something.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, especially. I forgot about that.
On MTV, music television?
And so I don't know. I don't buy rock books myself. I'm not that interested in hearing details of my favorite rock bands. And I mean, so for the people that do read it, they will get a better view on it. I'm sure.
But at the same time, it's going to put, I mean, you know, there's not going to be the, it seems to me that it's so thorough and complete and honest that there's not much room for any, like, rumors to be circulating around anymore, because it's like everybody sort of, it's, you know what I mean?
There'll always be rumors going around about something or another.
I'm convinced of that.
Yeah.
I already know. I don't know. You remember the P kid in high school or grade school that always got, was always the scapegoat. I think we're one of those bands. We're the P band.
We got caught jerking off.
In the back, got jerking off.
Why do you think?
Everybody else does it.
What
But
do you think?
Still crucify that one.
But not
kid.
in school.
What do you think provokes that sort of, you know, and what's in your band or your music or your personalities that provokes that kind of reaction from?
We just, we don't think before we speak.
We're reactionary ourselves. We hear something, blah, go off right on it. Or maybe we just don't want to play MTV softball or something. We only fit in. So.
Let's see.
My favorite was when the whole MTV controversy about when we were playing the awards last year when we couldn't play "Rape Me," and so we had this interview later on, and Dave decided to tell the story about it to MTV.
Via videotape.
Like they're gonna show it.
What happened?
I didn't even catch it until like weeks later. Like, oh yeah, I guess they probably wouldn't play that.
Okay, then my next question on this list of questions here is, why did you perform at the New Music Seminar this year?
That wasn't supposed to be a part of the New Music Seminar, I don't believe. We just wanted to play a show.
So, you know, for all these little bands, that up-and-coming bands that were playing that night wouldn't have an audience.
We're vicious.
Yeah.
They're on our fucking turf, man.
Yeah. We didn't really think of that. Normally we would think of stuff like that. We are kind of considerate in that way. And it kind of bummed me out when I realized that. Can I smoke on television? But I don't know, I guess it was just a way of saying that we're not dead.
Proof of your existence.
Yeah.
It was some kind of marketing plan or something.
Yeah.
We participated in. I thought I had a good time myself.
Yeah,
It was a
me
good
too.
show.
Yeah, and we played acoustic for the first time.
Right.
And we had one day before we left to practice our acoustic set, which explains why it sucked so bad.
You think it sucked?
I think a lot of people thought it sucked. I didn't hate it that much. But
I didn't see it.
What about all those frat boys writhing on top of each other in the front row?
Yeah, and yelling and talking.
They said it rocked.
Is that something you're going to keep doing?
Well, I don't think we're going to do like this Led Zeppelin tradition of like sit down after an hour's worth of playing electric and then do acoustic set. I think we'll just like go back and forth, like play acoustic song, play a bunch of rock songs, play another acoustic song.
Right.
Probably be easier that way.
Yeah. And you're going to tour with another guitarist?
Yeah.
Again.
Pat Smear.
Right. Why did you decide to do that, to add a fourth guitarist?
Because I suffer from mental blocks. I have short-term memory loss. I forget the words. Too much concentration on remembering those 3 chords and the words, and maybe having a little bit of participation with the crowd. You know, just too much for me. So I got a second guitar player.
That's really good. Like,
yeah, Pat picked up just like that. We've only practiced like 6 times, and we could play a show right now. If we
he's got a lot of
wanted to.
spirit too. Even if and he's really good. He's got a lot of finesse and feel to what he plays, but he's got a lot of spirit. Even if he was a really terrible guitar player, just the spirit alone is enough for me.
And the punk crowd. Too.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Oh yeah, that's it. Yeah, he used to be in the Germs.
Right.
That's why.
That's why.
And when we were like rehearsing the other night, and I think it's like his guitar went out, and it was just like, I'm spoiled now. It doesn't sound as big or thick anymore, so now it's too late.
Does
We're
he
addicted to
mostly
Pat.
double rhythm parts, or?
Yeah, he basically just does the rhythms. Yeah. I should get him to start playing the solos because I can't remember them.
Well, you get in the tour, you'll remember them.
Yeah. halfway through.
Halfway through. Just crank up some weird effect, like.
I'll get Kelly to give you a quick guitar refresher course.
She broke a string last night. I felt so sorry for her.
I know, she only plays 2 when she broke 1.
We came up with, well, I don't want to take all the credit, but I came up with most of the visuals. And what's really kind of sad about it is that Kevin Kerslake, who's done our last 2 videos, or 3? 3. Him and I had a lot of conversations over the phone about these visuals that I had for this video, and he feels that a lot of them were his ideas, and they weren't. I swear to God, I'll swear on a Bible. And now we've had a kind of a falling out with him, and it's just too bad. Oh, okay.
Do you swear that those were your ideas?
I absolutely do.
So help you God. All right, there you have it.
Proof positive.
This is Gaddafi's green book. It's not the Bible. No, it is the Bible.
Why are you carrying around the Bible in your back?
This guy gave it to me on the street today.
Oh, yeah?
I just go talking about an hour because see, I have a personal relationship with Jesus Christ, our Lord, the Savior. When I die, I'm going to heaven for all eternity. The streets will be paved with gold.
How nice.
If you missed limbs, you will grow new ones. If you were blind, you will see. You will have a Pontiac in the garage.
You will all look like Farrah Fawcett Majors.
Regardless of gender.
I understand.
We played.
We're classic rock already?
Already, yeah. We don't have our name on the classic rock band in Seattle. There's this van that has all these, it says Pearl Jam, but I didn't see Nirvana on it. It's like this Astro van that they take to concerts.
Bummer.
We saw it at the Aerosmith show. Didn't have our name.
Oh, that's very cool.
It's all points and ratings and unit shifting.
And what that entails about your audience, you know, the kind of people that listen to your records.
It's just pretty much what they're fed, you know what I mean? It's like...
I think if they played like Daniel Johnston between Santana and the Moody Blues, that like Daniel could sell like 2 million records.
No.
You wish.
Yeah, sure. If you can cram garbage like Poison down people's throats, why not Daniel Johnston?
Daniel Johnston
than Poison.
He should be to the 90s with the Maharishi Yogi.
The Ramones should have had 10 top 10 singles by now, you know.
Does, in any sense, does the success of your band make that more of a possibility now?
I haven't seen it.
Do you think it has had any positive effect on radio, or?
No. It's the same exact thing as New Wave. I've said this a million times. It's just like, you know, like punk bands turned into New Wave bands, becoming more commercially acceptable to be able to get on TV and radio. Yeah. The only alternative bands that I see on Alternative Nation are, you know, that close to Bon Jovi, and so are we, you know. So we have no reason to be griping about it, but I guess
it just
I am.
comes naturally. Right?
It's kind of depressing.
Why?
No, it has. I mean, it's sure. I mean, I think a consciousness and an overall consciousness, you know, being more environmentally aware and stuff like that, you know, sure. I have nothing against MTV, really, believe me. it's
Where's that Bible?
No, it's really, I think it's progressed in the last couple of years, sure, but not as much as I'd like it to. You know, we like quick change, you know.
Sure.
We have a short attention span.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Dazed and confused. How did you come up with the title In Utero? What is that? Does it have a specific meaning, or is it meant to be?
It just kind of went in conjunction with the artwork, you know. It sounded nice.
The artwork came first?
Yeah.
And then the title?
Yeah.
And that was, did you come up with the artwork, or was it, you know?
Yeah, I came up with... I put together, I'd been collecting all these little rubber fetuses and things like that. I've just always been kind of obsessed with birth and death and stuff like that. I'm not a death rocker. and I don't wear black, but sometimes I like to collect weird things like that. And so I arranged them all together and bought a bunch of flowers and had Charles Peterson take the picture of it. And I don't know.
At one point, you're going to call it "I Hate Myself and I Want to Die."
Yeah.
And then it was verse, chorus, verse.
Those are fine titles, but just like Rape Me, you know, the title itself confuses people. People would take it too literally. They think we were being serious because no one sees the funny side of us hardly. You know, every picture, you know, if we take a photo shoot, you know, we may smile or make goofy faces 90% of the time, and if we frown for 3 seconds, they'll use those 3-second shots, you know. And it's just, I just have noticed this image of us as being a serious, you know, angry, pissed off band.
Right.
You know, so.
That you think that's the image that people want to have of you, rather than...
I don't know if they want that or if it's just turned out that way.
Yeah.
I don't know.
We were gonna have the album was gonna be called "I Hate Myself, I Want to Die," and Jack Kevorkian on the cover. With a gas mask. And then us three wearing gas masks. Like we're resisting you, but what you're doing is all right.
So, what kind of a tour are you guys planning? I mean, what kind of places are you going to try to play?
We don't know.
I think they're going to be about 8,000 seaters. We're going to play the Arizona State Fair. Excited about that.
Yeah.
We're not sure if people are going to show up to our shows yet, so.
Yeah, so we're playing it safe.
We're going to play it at the 4-H tent. You know that the PETA was picketing the gay rodeo in Enumclaw in Washington because of the cruelty to animals. Like this bull busted its leg and it was destroyed. They said there are people out there. PETA people says gays yes, rodeo no. That's pretty funny. I like PETA.
When will this tour start?
Mid-October.
Mid-October.
Yeah.
And go through till the end of time.
Oh, not really. Till about the end of December, and then we'll probably do a European deal, and then do all the weirdo shows like Australia, Japan, maybe. I want to play Jerusalem.
Okay.
Where else? Istanbul, Constantinople. Here I come. And then.
The Police did something like that a long time ago.
Wow.
They toured down there.
Athens. It'd be neat.
Georgia.
Is it weird not being able to play like club shows anymore? Or I mean, is that a drag at all?
No, we can still do it.
Yeah, unannounced kind of things.
Yeah. But they don't seem to have the same vibe anymore.
Really? In what way
I don't
is
understand why. I couldn't figure it out. We played at the Crocodile. Remember that show?
People just like to stand and watch now.
Yeah,
like we're circus
because all the scenesters got in. All the scenesters.
Well, it's a different scene. It's we haven't been in that scene for years, for a few years now, and it's a different breed of people. I mean,
in
the
Seattle?
generation has moved up into the ranks of turning 21, and they don't seem to have the same spirit as they did in Seattle a few years ago.
Do you think it's the? Sorry.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Do you think it's the people have changed, or maybe they're just in general people's attitudes towards your band has maybe changed?
I think they probably didn't want to show. They probably didn't want to show how much they liked us to be cool. I would have done the same thing.
Right. Right. It was all right. Yeah.
When we were fucking great.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Go on.
Oh, no.
Did you say something?
No, I thought something.
No.
We'll never know.
Don't hurt yourself.
All right.
Because people think we're condoning AIDS.
Yeah. AIDS is good. Oh, and at that gay rodeo, there was this person, a Christian across the street with a big sign that said, "Sodomites, do you have AIDS yet?" Can you believe that?
Jesus.
What a sickle. But he's Christian, that's all right. There's no reason to go kick his ass. It's, sodomites.
Anyway, I guess part of this is going to air on when they do a special on the No Alternative album when it comes out.
Oh.
So everyone will know about the song then, so it's not a secret.
So we start going on.
It's just
I
a
think
secret.
you
I
should
guess
wear
it's
condoms.
it's not secret on the album. It's just we're not. It's before the album comes out. I don't. No one's supposed to know or something. I don't know. But
There's
anyway,
our manager over there.
Hey, John Silva, come here.
But anyway, I'm not asking about why it's
He
secret or
briefed us on
anything like
everything but that question,
I'm asking
too.
about. I'm just asking about the song on it. What was it from? Is it an outtake or?
It was an outtake.
I hate myself. I want no.
No, verse, chorus, verse.
Verse, chorus, verse. It's a really old song.
But wait, what's it supposed to be called? No, it's sappy.
No, it's
I don't know.
It's sappy, though.
It's one of the songs that we've been trying to record for since we've been a band.
Yeah.
Every time we've went into the studio, we've tried to record the song, and it sucked every time.
It's sappy, right?
What didn't suck? But it wasn't.
Yeah,
up
it
to par.
sucked, and this time it just almost didn't suck. so-
Oh yeah, it sucked every time.
It
but
barely
it's-
sucked this
barely
time.
sucked this time. Barely.
So
It's an old song too.
I'm assuming they just approached you and asked you to contribute something, and you said yeah.
Here's a
Good
song
call.
from in the 80s. You wrote that song in the 80s, Kurt. What period were you in?
Third period just before lunch.
Third period. Drink beer. It's like
It's much more effective to do a benefit for Bosnian rape victims and come up with how much money did we make for that, you know?
55 grand.
You know, I mean, that makes way more of an impact than talking about it.
And we got this organization called the Balkan Women's Aid Fund, and maybe you can flash the address and you can send donations to. And we're working with women's groups in Croatia and Austria and Hungary and Serbia, and in Bosnia and Herzegovina. So we don't have any like nationalist ties whatsoever, because a lot of these women are just caught in the middle of it all, women and children. So just plugging away at that still, and haven't given up, and take advantage of the media and just mention the address, and if people want information they can write and I'll send them information back, but just harp away on things over and over again, I think people lose interest, you know. It could be like We Are the World, we could be on stage celebrating famine in Africa, you know, we are the world, and there's kids that they were doing that just totally starving to death. I mean, it's gross.
You went over to Bosnia.
I went to Croatia. I
You went
didn't
to
go to
Croatia?
Bosnia, no
Okay.
way. I wasn't that.
It's Bosnia.
I wouldn't do that for Bob Guccione Jr.
I don't know, how much have we, because I'm kind of, you know, there aren't that many more questions I want to ask on this list. Are we running out of time, or how are we doing on time?
Keep going.
I know keep going, but I mean, what I'm saying is I'm running out of, I mean, I don't, there's some of this,
Okay, Carol's on her way out.
okay, good. Some of the stuff, I just don't want to ask some of this stuff. Here, Kurt. you got
Here's
some
Dave
notes?
about the Scream shows he did,
Okay.
and Kurt's work on the Melvins
Okay,
album,
we'll do
and
that.
then just these ticket questions and violence.
Okay.
You got them on yours.
Yeah, I got them on mine, you're right. Thanks.
Thanks.
Dave.
Well,
Hold one second. Wait a second.
Let's talk about the,
Okay.
you did some Scream shows
Mhm.
over the summer, I guess.
Yes.
Reunited
yes.
for a while. How was that?
Great.
Barely made it back in time for us to practice.
I know, I barely
How's
made it
Dave?
back in time for us to practice. We just got back together to do some shows.
Just felt like playing and it was fun. And,
Yeah, there's some old stuff that was being re-released on Discord,
Right.
so just thought we'd do it. It's a lot of fun. It was good to play, you know, in smaller places without a hoopla,
Yeah.
so that was nice.
You came back in shape on the drums.
Came back,
You
I was
came
in
up there to
shape.
practice.
It was
Dave, like,
nice.
cut your chops.
Got my
Probably
chops
like,
down.
Hey, slow down.
Tape the cymbals.
Tape the cymbals, yeah.
Yeah, we make him tape the cymbals in practice now, 'cause it kills our ears.
Really?
And we turned down in practice. And guess what? You can hear the vocals now. Wasn't that amazing? It's not like, "Ah, that's too loud. Ah." It's like, God damn it.
Okay, and Kurt, you produced the Melvin's new album.
I produced a few songs.
Okay.
I think like 6 tracks. I guess you can call it producing. I don't know what that term means.
What did it entail for you?
A lot of sleeping on the couch, waiting for them to write songs. It worked out pretty good, though. I mean, I had a few kind of stupid ideas. Like, I got a bunch of plywood and put it down on the floor for an ambience and used a lot of microphones, tried to steal some of Albini's techniques. And what else did we do? We enclosed Buzz's cabinet into a box. Didn't make a bit of difference. Stuff like that, you know.
Yeah.
But it, you know, I like the record now that I've heard it. It's finished.
Yeah.
I just saw their video the other day. I hope it's played on this station because it's really funny.
I'm feeding back. Sorry. So, yeah. Cool. And now I'm supposed to ask you about, these are other special sections they're doing. This one, this is a spot that's going to be on what our bands charge ticket prices, basically.
We had that discussion.
Ticket prices. First question is, what do you think of artists who do charge anywhere between $50 to $75 for tickets?
There are people
who charges that much money?
Who does
Apparently.
that? Madonna.
How much
does?
do we charge a ticket, John?
Yeah, but that's like a burlesque show.
It's a big production, isn't it?
27?
12?
You can speak.
Is that 12 or 21?
17 to 18 bucks a ticket? Wow.
Madonna charges $50.
Apparently. 50 to 75.
Madonna wears fur too. Did you know that?
Yeah.
We were talking about, boy, we should charge $25 and really milk it. Yeah, really take them for all they got.
If they want to come, let's see how bad they really want to see the band play.
So, 17. We charge $17.
So what?
Fugazi's playing tonight. They're charging $5.
$6.
So how does that make you feel?
Weak. Exploited.
Yep. See, they go from 5 to 6 to 7 to 8. Pretty soon.
It's all over, man.
Well, there's inflation.
What with the Ticketmaster charge and.
So what do you think of the price you charge for your concert? Is the next question. 17 to 18.
What do we think of it? I guess we make enough money.
God, if we had to pay for every show we played on tour, never mind.
I don't know. Production costs are so astronomical. It's amazing.
You got to pay all these people, and the band always gets it in the end. The band has to pay for everything. That's
we make the least amount of money.
How much do you see of the? This says $30 you charge for one ticket, but let's say $17 or $18 you charge for one ticket.
John?
We don't even know.
John?
25%? Is that after your cost?
And then.
Cool.
So say if it's $20, we see $5 of the $20.
And that's, you know, then you have to pay for the cost of touring with that. Interesting. Okay, that's that.
No, we make that $5. That's in our pocket clear, right? No?
Yeah, 25%. You work on about 25% net.
Oh, net. Oh, okay.
Then you have to split it 3 ways.
Right, $1.75 a piece for every show.
Tax on it.
For every person.
So
if there's 8,000 people, you made 10 grand that night.
I didn't go to college.
That's not bad money. 10 grand a night. Gee, that's pretty good.
Let's play more shows.
I never think about that. Let's go out there and play.
But we're not rich or anything.
Wow, that's pretty good money. I'm going to go out and buy something today. I feel guilty about it. Cheapness isn't bred me.
Okay, the next special section is on violence. We're doing a special on violence, I guess.
Violence is bad.
Wait till
we
I
don't
ask
want
the
to.
question.
You know, we just want people to come to our shows and have a good time. I mean, all these issues and stuff. We don't want to talk about it.
Okay, that's fine. Go ahead. I don't care. Do you think teen violence is a big problem in today's society?
Wow.
Don't they have metal detectors at school for guns now? No, it's not like.
What do you mean, though?
What do I mean? What do you mean?
Hey, Ronnie Coker and Joe Studd are gonna have a fight after school. It's like, ooh, let's go.
Fight.
Now it's like a shootout in the hall. You know what I mean?
I've got some mace right here.
Well, I'll get that.
This is my security guard. You know, this is my bodyguard. Axl Rose has 10 big, huge, 400-pound guys. I have it.
Pepper juice.
Do you carry a gun? What kind and why?
M16 all the time.
Colt 45.
Because
Colt
I
45.
swear, I don't have a gun.
I keep it in my teepee when we go out in the woods and sleep.
Do you?
Yeah. You never know what's going to happen out there. You generated so much, it's just like you have to protect yourself because there's a lot of jerks out there. When I went to the gun shop to buy the guns, you should have seen the people in there buying this. This guy was looking at this. I guess I hate to judge people by their appearance, but I mean, there were some gangbangers in there just swooning over these 9mm. Oh man, check that out. They're going crazy. It's like, God, I was in there, Ernie and I were in there just like, whoa, what are we doing in here? But we felt like we had a duty to be in there and protect our families and homes and stuff. And these guys were, it was just a novelty to them. Like, yeah, you gotta have a gun, you know. It's scary, that kind of mentality, you know.
Do you think that, therefore, that like artists or creative people should have more of a responsibility to not glorify violence in their work, or is there some? I mean,
well, if you have any common sense, you won't glorify violence, or you won't, you know, dwell
There's nothing
on
wrong
it.
with raising the issue of violence, but glorifying it. No.
Yeah, their irresponsibility is just like, I don't know, just a lack of responsibility. They don't really think about it too much. They're just like, they're wrapped up in that whole romanticism of guns and hey, it's cool, you know. Maybe it's a male thing, you know, the ultimate empowerment, you know, ultimate man thing, gun.
I have to admit, it really is kind of fun to shoot guns. When I go out to the shooting range, it's an enjoyable sport.
Yeah.
I like to do it.
Yeah, it's cool. It's fun. I mean, and it's a responsibility to know your gun too. You just shouldn't have it. I mean, you should really respect it.
Oh yeah, if you buy a gun to protect yourself, and you don't know how to shoot it, you don't practice, you're not gonna hit the person if they're this close to you.
Yeah.
You know?
And another thing is like, I'm not a member of the NRA. I don't want to join the NRA. I don't agree with the NRA. A lot of things the NRA says, you know. I just have my own reasons.
Right. I'm done.
Oh. All right.
Cool.
Carol's on her way up.
Oh, Carol's on her way up.
I think,
We'll do that last.
Julie.
So apparently, Chris, you're gonna do some promo for MTV Europe. For
Oh yeah, I gotta write that out. I haven't even looked at it yet. Can I do that?
wait, also some
guys?
promos for 120 and
an alternative nation, and if you want to do
Christmas, whatever. It's
Okay,
up
we'll do
to
Silent
you.
Night.
Silent Night?
No. I don't know that song.
We wish you Merry Christmas.
Hey!
I don't know.
So what are they going to do? They're going to say, they're going to say Happy
Joy
Christmas.
to the World? How about Joy to the World?
I don't know that song.
How about We Wish You Merry Christmas?
We Wish You Merry Christmas.
Okay.
All right. So can you get them all in one shot?
Can we do it?
Yeah.
Okay.
There you go.
Christmas cheer, everyone.
So the camera's on. So I need you guys to wish me a happy Christmas, and everyone out there to say to everyone out there, Merry Christmas. You can say that.
Okay. Well, let's do a verse of the song.
Okay.
Ready?
We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Happy Merry Christmas, everybody.
And you too, RuPaul.
We love RuPaul.
Wonderful.
Great! Oh, I'm gonna cry. Fantastic.
Thanks a lot,
Can
guys.
you sign this to Ken? Sure. Do you guys have a Sharpie?
I got a Sharpie.
You guys have one?
Yeah.
from my mouth beyond dilated, I become your pupil. You taught me everything without poison apple. The water is yellow, I'm a healthy student. And then it ends, a paper vacuum out the fluid. Passing it back, you know, passing again from my mouth beyond, yeah, yeah. Summer.
This is our new guitar player. His name is Pat Smear. You have to tune these things.
Mom and Dad were to a show. Drop me off at Grandpa Joe's. Giggling screams to please me go. Grandma take me home. 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 Take me home. I'll be home. Better leave my dinner bed. Have potatoes and stuff like that. Couldn't you want me to do? Grandma take me home. 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 I wanna be home. I don't just stop you crying. Oh, I sat around your back. That's what I did. I killed my tongue. Grandma take me home. 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 Wanna be alone. After dinner I had ice cream. Fell asleep and watched TV. Woke up in my mother's arms. Grandma take me home. 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 Wanna take me home.
Wow.
So, like, how was the first show? I thought it was really good. I heard you guys out there saying, oh, first 5 songs, or someone was pitching. What's it like to start a tour now, today?
Well, today with all the lighters out there, I felt like we were doing Aerosmith Dream On or something. I felt like
Like
Tom
Aerosmith?
Hamilton, yeah, the bass player from Aerosmith.
Have you done stadiums anywhere before, like when you're in Europe or in Asia?
Oh yeah, we did a stadium. It was like 110,000 people in Sao Paulo, Brazil.
Find the source.
And we had a mental breakdown on stage and played Seasons in the Sun. And we played Her Name is Rio and She Dances in the Sand by Duran Duran. Remember that time we did that thing?
That was a mess.
That was a lot of fun.
It was fun.
It was great.
Kurt, you sang Seasons in the Sun?
Kurt rubbed his pee-pee on
Did
the
I
camera.
sing? Yes, I did. I don't know the words. but
Played drums too.
One of the only singles I can remember from my childhood that
What's
I used
the-
to cry to.
What's the best lyric in there in that song?
It's
though?
such an emotional song.
It was like the best lyric.
Goodbye, Papa. It's hard to die.
But the stars on the beach were. I forget how it goes.
But the stars on the beach were just no. The starfish on the beach were the stars out of reach or something
Wow.
like that.
What do you mean?
The wow really made
Don't you get it?
I don't know. 'Cause all I know is that there's a better song on the B side of that single called "Put the Bone In."
The bone.
It's about a guy's dog who gets hit by a car, and they ask him to put the bone in the grave with the dog.
Did you see the new flip side of Gigi Allen's funeral in it?
No.
Yeah.
He's sitting there.
It's all bloated.
Yeah.
Sitting
Oh,
there.
an open casket?
Yeah, and he's got a jock strap on that says "Eat Me." And they're we put a Walkman on Gigi's head so he can listen to some tunes on his way to the grave. He probably had "Nevermind" on there.
So Dave, you're saying you're playing and
So
all of a
long,
sudden
silly boy.
you look up and you see yourself on the big screen. Is that sort of like you stop and you look and go, oh, or how is
I
that?
just kind of felt like I was a fucking hockey player on a big screen with a Budweiser sign above it. I don't know, it was funny.
I noticed that Reba McEntire's playing here pretty soon.
Ah.
I saw that on the marquee.
Can't miss that.
That's when you look to the sound man. He puts all this echo on your toms. And you go doo 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 doo, and everyone's like.
Well, see, what I was trying to do, but you guys didn't have enough ESP. I was trying to get up when I was standing on top of the PA speakers on those columns. I was trying to do a solo, like arena rock solo.
It was the Led Zeppelin solo.
Yeah.
Did you notice it?
Yeah.
Heartbreaker.
Oh, I picked up on that.
I don't know how to play it, but
I picked up on that in Sao Paulo, and I started
was
do
impressed.
do 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 do. It was like
I don't
totally
know.
awesome.
What can you do when you're in that kind of situation? You know, I thought I'd one last time test the audience to see if I could jump into it, and I failed. It's not working. It just, and I stood there for a long time, and I know they couldn't read my mind, but I was trying to, like, with my eyes, trying to tell them, don't hurt me. And just, can't you tell? I mean, haven't you read enough bitching from us for the last year that we're not rock stars, we're not trying to be, although we did display a lot of rock star things today. But
One time
although we are playing,
I don't like guys touching me.
So Kurt, so when you fell, 'cause you didn't really jump that hard, you just sort of like laid down into them. I mean, what happened to you?
they immediately just started grabbing for me, trying to rip my flesh off for souvenirs. Oh, I have a piece of Kurt's forearm. Frame it. I don't know.
So like you have an arrangement with like your guys on the side of the stage that come lift me out. It looked like you were sort of playing while they're pulling on you and you're holding on to the guitar.
Well, I think that's a reaction from the people that work with us to try to save me, when I do stupid things like that. They're never prepared for it. It wasn't like before the show I said I'm going to do that, I was really, for a long time, obviously I was contemplating whether I should do it or not, but I just wanted to try to do, because it used to be so much fun in clubs, reminiscing about the old days, but, I used to be able to jump out in the audience, and then the audience would, carry me all the way to the back. I'd, roll around all the way to the back, and it was really fun, and it was like a celebration, everyone's jumping, throwing up in the air and everything, yeah, like a beach ball at an arena rock concert, but these kids just, some of them just don't understand that, they're not used to that, so it's all they know how to do is to tear people apart. So.
Not talking about clubs like the old days, but just the distance. I mean, it seems like I was looking. I think maybe from you to the audience is about 15 feet.
Not quite that. Not
Does it feel distant?
It does feel 15 feet, but it's not really 15 feet. It's about 6 feet. But what was your question?
Look, do you notice? Is there a trade-off? In playing you're playing arenas. Obviously, it's a lot of people. What are the? I want to hear you talk about the difference in the mind of the audience, how close you are from them, and can you see the people You know, I mean, you can see the people who are catching off the spill lights, but 40 yards away, 400 feet away. I mean, you have a sense of that. Do you feel the energy? Is it great? Is it void? What's that?
Oh yeah, I can feel it. I can sense it, and at certain times when the house lights come on during certain parts of the song, I can see everyone. Especially like I think Lithium's a good example because when we break into the distortion part, the lights turn on and I can see everybody jump up and down, and I realize that it's not only just the front part that I can see, but the whole audience, and it's great. I mean, there's nothing better than, that much of a capacity of people, in tune with the band and giving off that much energy. It's just like a little club, but 100 times more.
They were singing good too. During time.
Yeah, they always sing during Lithium, which is kind of neat.
Yeah.
Or if they don't speak English, they go, hey.
That was English. No.
Yeah, but I mean, if you're in Timbuktu or somewhere, Kathmandu.
Are you guys? Is this an arena tour?
We're playing some
Not really.
theaters.
It says arena on a lot of the shows on the itinerary, but they're like 5,000-6,000 seat places.
They just say
which
that
don't
to
really
make us feel
constitute
like
for
we're
arena.
popular.
Yeah, they just put arena down there so we feel better.
930 Club Arena.
There's some miniatures, like in Worcester, it's got like a miniature Madison Square Garden. It's about 5,000 seats, but it's laid out like this. It's just shrunk. Did you guys think of playing smaller places?
We did, and there was also the reality of it too. It's like,
well,
that's where we could.
We wanted to for sure. I mean, we were determined about a year and a half ago after getting off of, the grueling tour that we had, that we wanted to play. Well, first of all, we were going to put out a record that would completely, ruin our reputation, and only a few thousand people from every city would show up. But that wasn't the case, and then we realized that because of the production costs and because we have to bring our own lights and our own PA and all that stuff, it costs a lot of money. And if we were to just play like venues and clubs and stuff, we'd be totally in the hole. We're not nearly as rich as everyone thinks we are, so you have to try to play as big a place as you can if you're using this kind of production. I mean, we actually have we have a couple mannequins on stage, which nothing compared to a big inflatable monster, or an Eddie from Iron Maiden, but.
So do you have backups? I said, took some shots at the one.
What?
Anatomical stuff usually isn't too cheap. When you were smashing the one.
Well, they can glue it back together.
Yeah. It comes together, it looks glued together.
Duct tape.
You're talking about audience. I mean, I seem to remember you guys talking at some point about when you get an audience larger than a certain size, you start attracting people that maybe isn't your audience. Remember the bass player in Jane's Addiction going off about at Lollapalooza, there are always people you never want to play to, coming to his shows. Is that something that comes up for you? Is that, maybe that's an ugly question? And
Well, it is an ugly question, but what kind of ugly answer can I give?
I don't know, live, just...
Go ahead.
It just seems like
it doesn't,
you just feed off of the crowd. It's live, it's not like you're sitting there vindictive or something, or contemplative. Yeah. You're there because you're concentrating on the song, and there's a lot of people there having fun, and it's just kind of like a reciprocal thing.
I think the point that we're trying to put off in the beginning of when we were doing all those interviews when Nevermind was getting really popular was that we were really concerned with the people who wanted to come to see our shows and have a good time. We were afraid that there would be these fringe, mean type of people who don't really like the music, but just go to the shows to cause trouble. We didn't want that, and we didn't want to have security to beat up on people to keep them in line and stuff. But since we've had the experience and since we've played a bunch of shows like this, there hasn't been any trouble. So we're relieved of that kind of pressure. So that's the only concern that we really had, but it obviously translated into we hate our audience, which is bullshit.
And there's a meeting before every show between our road managers and the security people, and they're saying some kid comes over the top, anybody who gets too violent, you just grab a person and you just sit them down and you walk them over to the side.
Yeah,
we want
you
to see
don't push them or kick them or
any kind of nasty violence whatsoever, because that just escalates and people see that and they get appalled. We see that, we get appalled. Just drags the whole show down.
So
We've been in
they had
plenty
said
of spats,
At the
but-
top of the show, it seemed pretty reasonable. They're saying, like, if you come over once, they're gonna, carry it inside. They were saying you could come over twice. The second time they would eject you. But
A lot of times they don't have any control over that. The kids don't have any control over that. They're being pushed over, So it's not their fault. I've noticed, like, in a lot of places, like, especially like in England and a lot of those festivals in Europe, the bouncers seem to be a lot more accommodating to kids. They're really cautious and not making sure that they're not really mean or, abusive to the kids. But in the States, we've run into a lot of problems before. I mean, I've actually gotten in total fist fights with them before and, like, had to be saved by my manager and, and stuff like that. Because I can't think of anything worse. There's nothing worse than seeing some kid getting beat up on just because he got pushed over the side,
Or it's just some violent meathead.
to blow away that audience and the 8 million people who bought our record. Let's get rid of I don't know 7.5 million, whatever you're thinking.
Yeah.
When you say that, what do you mean?
Well, when I said that, like I said, the main reason was to make sure that we could have a good time at live shows, and we just weren't comfortable with it at the time, And now that it's been proven to us that there aren't any problems at shows, then it doesn't matter, Obviously, the people are behaving themselves. Maybe the message got across to them somehow. Maybe all that bitching and complaining that we did may have worked a little bit,
So you weren't talking about wanting to alienate or lose most of your.
I was in the beginning, about a year and a half ago. I was completely fed up with the whole thing. I didn't want to be a rock star at all. It was freaking me out, But I've had 2 years to recuperate.
Yeah. You also hope you transform somebody too, if they see you, if you're saying something, they might think about it and react to it.
Now, when the camera isn't on you, you're quite animated and interested. So, how was the show for you tonight?
I loved it.
You look at you were bouncing around.
I had a good time.
Are you the one who was hitting the head? Who got hit in the head with the stick pin?
Not me.
Me.
How did someone get something like that back?
I don't know.
I got a bra.
Whoa.
My first bra.
My first bra.
I got a Germs t-shirt.
Someone's wearing a Germs t-shirt? Are you serious?
Cool.
Wow.
That's
pretty cool.
It was used.
Yeah.
There are a lot of shoes coming over.
Yeah, what's with shoes? Who would throw their shoes?
I don't know. And there's only one that comes up.
I know what. They go home with hopping.
At first I thought it was people just losing them coming over. They were flying over. People were staying back there the whole time.
The other shoe's on the side of the road when you're driving. Like you see a shoe there. Like, oh, there's that other shoe. Should have picked up that other one there. What do we talk about? Nicotine addiction.
Nicotine addiction. So I mean,
I'm a slave to the tobacco industry.
Flush on the road. I mean, are you staying in nice hotels? Do you like that? Would you rather be sleeping in a van? I mean, is that experience?
Oh yeah, we wouldn't rather be sleeping in a van. We've done that.
We've done that
for
enough.
years. Enough, yeah.
I mean, if we were still doing it, fine, we'd still be doing it. But we've made a point to sleep on the bus as much as possible because buses are kind of expensive. So we're not staying in hotels as much as we would normally, or a lot of other bands would. So.
Get one of these full decked out tour buses.
Oh yeah, yeah, one of those typical.
With an airbrush mural on the side.
Well, you guys don't. There's nothing on the side of your bus.
No, smoking bus.
I remember,
smoking bus.
I remember a few years ago, when we were lugging around our own equipment in a van, like 5 people cooped up in a van with our own equipment. We would see a band with a big bus and go, man, what a bunch of gluttonous bastards, what a waste. Those things must cost hundreds of thousands of dollars a day,
I went pissed on somebody's their air vent one time, this one band. I won't
Because
mention who
they
they
keep
were.
the van
I go,
on.
look at these rock stars. And I sit there and I pissed on it, like, ah. We fired up
But
our
a lot of
battered
that's just
van.
out of spite, and also I looked into it, and how do I explain this? If we were to stay in a hotel every night, let's say we stayed in a van, we drove in a van and stayed in a nice hotel every night, it would equal out the same. If we didn't rent a bus and stayed on the bus most of the time. So what's the difference,
Okay, I was was talking to Chris about this before. I wanted to ask about why you released the album in vinyl and did that first. And whether is that a vinyl thing? Is it a fidelity thing, or what is it about?
Oh, we just love vinyl. I only still buy vinyl. The only CDs I own are CDs that have been given to me. I just love vinyl. It's just something
This
I hold
year,
sacred to my heart.
This year I got a linear tracking turntable. Sounds so good. Yeah, it sounds really good. Where was I with all these years without one? And it seems like there's this kind of like tone thing to vinyl. You listen to
We
like.
did a story early this year about, some people always saying,
Yeah, that was a great story. I saw that.
I did
Yeah.
that.
And you used the Nirvana record as an example.
Well, what happened was I was standing there and they're playing me these records that they're great mastered CDs and great pieces of vinyl. And I'm hearing Eric Clapton, this and that. I said, yeah, what would like Smells Like Teen Spirit sound like on a system like that? I'll never hear that, And the guy goes, no, well, actually, and that was because I was a cynic. I was like, you're a bunch of old cranks, you're full of shit. And there's just all sorts of. I'm hearing this on $1 million system, like you
Right.
never hear this. But I stood up and said it's a different mix, and it was just tremendous. And then I went on to other things, but that was what we talked about in the piece with the needle drop. Because
And you made a fool out of Dave Mustang.
Dave, well,
That was
Mustang.
funny. It was
Dave,
hot though.
what do you mean? Yeah.
He says his whole speech, and then afterwards that you basically said, "What an idiot."
I gave him a chance. I actually contacted him and said, we did this thing, but we have to do it before and after, so I look at the full. He was going to take a swing at me. But there's like a technical reason why digital still doesn't sound as good. It could sound better than vinyl, but it doesn't.
Right.
And it's not gonna. Okay.
One hit left.
Incesticide, well, I'm also like a Shun and Knife person. I do the Shun and Knife piece every year, and you guys have supported Shun and Knife. As you can see in the t-shirts, we talked about them in the liner notes on Incesticide. And just for the next time I do a piece on them, I'd love to get a bite from you guys about like why they're great and why people should pay attention to them if you're still fans.
Oh God, how do you explain something as pure as that? I'm at a loss for words when that subject comes up.
When did you first hear them?
A long time ago, when their first cassette came out on K Records. There's just something, when we took them on tour with us in England, it was weird because obviously probably 90% of the whole audience had never heard of them before. And instantly, they were just taken in by them. They're almost crying, you could just see everyone just like completely fucking amazed by them, and it's just, I don't know what it is. It's just something that you can't explain. It's something that's really, really sincere and good. Blah, 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 blah. You can't put it in words. They're just really, really good.
They're going to come through in the fall to the States. We're trying to grab them again, but every time they do anything, we put them on. Okay, now we're going to start getting one more serious question, two sillies. Someone at the station is doing a piece on men wearing dresses in rock and roll this year, and they're also doing a RuPaul thing that they asked me to ask you about. Why, on stage, would you choose to wear a dress?
Comfortable. I don't know. Just
Rolling Stones wore dresses.
It's nothing. Yeah, it's nothing new. It's been going on for years and years and years, and I don't understand why it's such an issue still. But it seems like when bands do it now, even when we do it, it's so exhausted. I don't know. I personally like to wear dresses, and I wear them around the house sometimes. So whatever.
The one dress I own, girl Courtney gave to me 10
Really?
years ago. Well, she didn't give it to me. She left it at my house.
She has good
I
taste
kept
in
it.
dresses.
Excellent. Norma Kamali. Looks so good on me.
I don't know. I guess it's just I think a lot of bands do it just to show their support of femininity, the female gender, and I did it the first time when we played with the Chili Peppers and Pearl Jam when we went on that tour with them, because at that time I was at the height of like freaking out about playing big places, and I was certain, I was convinced that a lot of people out there in the audience were a lot of macho people that would freak out over it, so I thought it might create a little bit of controversy, but I don't know if it did or not.
The heart-shaped box video, Christ had betrayed things. Was that your idea, director's idea? I'm seeing a thumb.
Don't ask me about it. Just
What's
some images.
your interpretation?
Just some images I've had in my mind for years. It's a kind of a way of expressing our views on prejudice, you know. And I don't know. I just thought it was a bunch of neat images, you know.
Okay.
I don't know.
That's fine.
I really don't know. Actually, we had this African American woman called up our management and was really concerned about it. She didn't understand. She said, first of all, she started off the call with like saying, I consider myself one of the only African American Nirvana fans. You know, I think of myself as one of the only real true Nirvana fans, and I'm really disturbed about this. I don't know what they're trying to mean, and what they're saying. And our manager had to like go on this big spiel about no, don't worry about it. It's pro.
Hey, there's an African American lives on my block. His name is Mike Mweezy or something like that. And he's from Nigeria.
Mweezy, that sounds
He's
real,
from
yeah.
Nigeria. He's a genuine African American.
Here,
From Africa.
Yeah, he's from Africa.
Well, then he's an African.
He's an African.
He's an African. He's an African American. He's off the paper.
How's the tour going for you guys? You guys getting a good response out there? I know your unit's tearing up.
In the face, you get a knife.
I've had about 30 shoes in my face and 10 coins, 1 bottle of Jägermeister. That's about it.
Any stitches involved with this activity?
Oh, I'm self-healing.
Self-healing, like Christine in that Stephen King movie? Exactly. Have you? Isn't this the most interesting thing about your position in life, that you get people you don't even know coming up to you, asking you to say, whenever I'm in town, I always listen to such and such radio station, or I always watch such and such TV show, and you've never, in fact, seen it before in your life?
No.
Does that bug you? All right. Later.
you have to all
Ian, you're gonna have to turn up my vocals just a little bit on this song.
Where you put down right there on the end?
And don't forget to mark it.
Yeah. Hey, Rob.
Okay.
That looking line up, Rob.
Don't forget to mark it on your list. Check, 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 check.
It's kind of like how brush has a nice but then they're kind of like sticks. But they're not.
Can we get on with this? We're like an hour late. They're hearing some kind of buzz from this. Is Scott ready now?
Probably.
Is Scott able to talk back to us?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, I'm here.
Okay, we're ready.
Okay, we're rolling.
Okay, that's where I'm having trouble because... No, let's just do it once because the problem that I'm having is that I'm so used to going all the way through and starting by myself.
Okay, so we do it once before you start singing?
The problem is that I'm just not used to hearing Pat do that one chord thing. One more time.
face of the man who sold the world. Who knows about me? I never lost control. We're face to face with the man who sold the world.
Was this your idea, Amy? The,
No, this was not inspired by me.
This was Tammy Faye's idea.
well, of course, the mother of us all.
Yes. What's she doing now?
She just married someone else.
She married Jim Baker's best friend.
She moved to Calcutta and started to take care of it. She married his accountant.
Yeah, right.
His accountant? That's not sleazy.
No, I don't know.
Who's got some Anacin or something? Ibuprofen?
I have Advil. I have some other
I've got cramps as well, so.
There's aspirin upstairs in the bathrooms.
And there's Alka-Seltzer in the mini
Do you need a water pill? Because I think I am.
I got ibuprofen,
a Pamprin maybe.
It takes care of headaches, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, fucking. We'll have some Percodans and Valium.
Let's just get to the heart of the matter.
How's it look? Good?
Is there an ashtray?
Okay.
Yeah.
That's good.
Maybe we'll just have a community ashtray right here.
How's that? Okay.
Right underneath.
How many
Put this
of
over
would
here.
you like?
I was talking about Chris Novoselic, the suicide therapist. Like, listen, you commit suicide. Then I pull out a business card. Kevorkian. But that guy pulled into the court today, I saw him, in a blanket. He's been on a hunger strike, 11 days. Like, oh, God. I am the withered symbol
Of something.
of what do they call that? That was, in Washington, they had that initiative, and it failed.
Euthanasia?
Euthanasia, right to die. I'm the symbol for the right to die.
I get some information on Shona Knife. Could you tell that story again? Because that was a great story. Anecdotes on Shona Knife. Sort of what we need to learn.
Well, I remember the first time we played a show with them was in England. We did about 10 shows with them. And the first night we were just playing these smaller places, like 1,000 capacity places, if that. And the crowds were just like beer swilling, English boys. And they came up on stage and they looked kind of frightened. And at first they got up on stage and everyone just thought, what the fuck, what is this, what kind of, and so they went into their first song and everyone just seemed sort of baffled, and next couple songs, people, they won over the audience by the end of the night. But I remember
every show,
people were just
2 songs,
like
or so.
almost in tears, and for us to see that every night, it would really choke you up. And I remember the first person that came over the crowd onto the stage, they all just left back like, oh my God, like, someone's out to get us.
I was an emotional sap the whole time. I cried every night.
You couldn't help it.
You had to hold, you just like, if you were some kind of weird idealist, and there was all of a sudden that lyric, lollipops for everyone, you're just like, that's when I lost
I'm gonna
it.
burst.
So is America ready for this, do you think? I mean, can this fly in this country, do you suppose?
Yeah, I hope so. It seems a bit overdue now.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't understand what's going on with the record company. It doesn't seem like they're being promoted very much. At least I haven't seen any ads or anything. You just don't really hear about them very often until they're ready to go on tour with us again.
Well, it's sort of like in the grand tradition of, like, the Ramones never had hit records. I mean, why is this,
Yeah, I don't know.
There'll be some revival of the Shona Knife in
But if it
2009 or 2010.
Yeah.
Like that. Remember the early 90s revival. Like, they're going to all draw from it.
Wow. And you're doing a good thing by having them out here. What do you think of them as musicians?
They're wonderful.
Great.
They're great.
I don't know how to define a musician.
Have they explained any of the lyrics to their songs to you in any cogent way?
What's that Madonna song? Express yourself. You got to make it. Hey, 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 hey.
What was the question?
The question was, have they explained any of their lyrics to you?
No, the communication is pretty small. Francis is usually the mediator.
Yeah.
I mean, it's really hard to talk to them, and vice versa, Language barrier is pretty intense. So.
But when they do Heat Wave, the language barrier.
Yeah. I've read their lyric sheets too, and it's just like, that's good.
No, I've never had to have any explanation because I've seen most of their lyrics printed in English.
Yeah.
And most of their songs are sung in English, so.
True. They're great. We love them. Yeah. How is I wanted to ask you what it's like playing with these guys as opposed to playing with your previous group.
Oh, it's kind of the same.
Well, that's good. That's good.
You mean you calling me Darby?
Yeah, it's got the same problem.
Oh, gee, I hope not. I hope that's not true. Could you tell us something about getting together with William Burroughs and working on that record? And what he was like?
It was a long-distance recording. I think he had already done his piece. And then at the last minute, we were in Seattle, and we were over at Dave's friend's house, Barrett, and he has a little, like a 16-track or something, this little studio. And he just turned the DAT machine on, and I just masturbated for about 20 minutes, and then sent it to them, and they edited it.
So you didn't actually meet him anytime?
Not at that time, but just recently when we were in Kansas City, I met him.
What did you make of him?
I don't know. That's a hard question. I mean, someone that I've admired all my life, you know? Yeah. To meet him was just a big thrill. I was really nervous the whole time. It was kind of uncomfortable in a way. I mean, although he was really accommodative and everything and nice.
Yeah.
You know,
what about the cobwebs in that?
I sat in this argon machine. And there were black
Argon box
in there. Yeah, he still has one.
Amazing.
Yeah, and I was afraid because I have arachnophobia. And he had to kill all the spiders for me.
Oh,
he was great. And he
probably
took me over
enjoyed
to
that.
his house, which is like 2 blocks away, this other house where he does most of his art.
Yeah.
He's done some amazing art. I didn't realize how much of an accomplished artist he was, you know? He really has done some great stuff. He uses all kinds of instruments, from toilet plungers to spatulas, dips them in paint and splats them all over things, and he got pretty cool results. I was amazed.
He must be like 80 years old by now, isn't he?
Yeah, he is. About that, he just turned 70-something.
Yeah.
78, 79.
Wow. What did you, as a fan, what did you make of Naked Lunch, the movie? Do you think that captured the book at all?
Yeah,
It's
I
an
thought it was
interesting
as
film.
good as Hollywood could probably do. You know? I really enjoyed the movie. Yeah.
Did the what did I want to ask you? I wanted to get a little bit of sort of your early history, if possible, just about what life was like in Aberdeen, because I think a lot of people grow up in towns like
You ever
Aberdeen.
been to Aberdeen?
I've never been to Aberdeen.
Oh.
Well, I grew up in a really tiny town too, so I just wondered if
Where at?
in New Jersey,
Mm.
really tiny.
Yeah, it's weird. Like where we are, it's like Boise, Spokane, Seattle, Olympia, Aberdeen, China. You know, it's like no.
Not a lot to do there. Is that what you're saying?
I've never gone swimming in the ocean.
I did.
Lived in next to an ocean all my
Ooh,
life.
I got pulled out by the riptide, and all of a sudden I got spooked, and I saw there was like something poked out at me. It was a sea lion, like looking at me.
Oh, wow.
And I see all the breakers on the shore.
Then here comes Slash, just like.
And I crossed myself and thanked for John Paul II.
Have you guys worked with Iggy? I noticed you thank him on your liner notes.
I played drums for him one time.
Oh yeah, you did.
Where?
A long time ago, when I was in a band called Scream, and we were playing at a club, and Iggy Pop was having a record release before our show, and he was just gonna stand up and play guitar and sing all the stuff on his Brick by Brick album, and it sounded really bad, I guess, and so he just needed a drummer, and so I played drums, and the bass player Scream played bass, and we played 4 or 5 songs.
How was it?
It was fucking great. It was really nice. He's really, really nice guy.
Yeah, he is.
Easy to work with.
I hung with him when I was about 15, and he was like at a
Peak.
like major loser stage. Like nobody knew who the fuck he was, and he was just all. And he was just like going through my 15-year-old girlfriend's purse, going, "Man, you got me like leaves, anything in there." Pushing him around in his wheelchair.
See, those
hanging
were-
out his window, going, "Anybody got any drugs, man?"
Those were the days.
Those were my thing.
Oh,
We thought
God.
they'd never end. We think they lied.
I was talking to Mike Mills about you from REM about you guys just a couple weeks
Now,
ago.
there's a party animal.
There's a guy who just goes wild, you know.
He is really.
He really is. I've
He
seen him
isn't
smoke
the-
more pot than like Don Fleming. You know.
Holy shit. But he was saying he's glad that he didn't have this sort of success, that his band didn't have this sort of success foisted on them at your age. He said it's really hard to handle it when you're young. Do you feel that's conceivably true?
I'm older and wiser.
Yeah.
It's been a few years.
Yeah, sure, yeah.
Yeah, you really don't know everything when you're in your early 20s. Believe it or not.
That's some probably don't know
Like
everything
my
at any
testicles
time.
are totally tight up here, and then after I was going to throw this, they hung. Finally, we were going to that's how hung up I was.
What was the do you remember when you were kids, like the first music that you heard that turned you on? Was it actually rock stuff, or was it maybe some blatant
That
sort of
turned
music?
me on, yeah, but like in 6th grade or 5th grade, Kiss or like Elton John or whatever was on top 40, kind of rock and sweet Ballroom Blitz. I remember when Ballroom Blitz was on the radio and I had this like Radio Shack recorder. And so I put it on record, and I put it up to the speaker, and I cranked it, and I was like fucking rocking out. And then I played it back, and it was so distorted. And I like never thought that I cranked it. I thought that sweet, this song is so rocking that you can't even record it, man. That's what I thought. It was too hard rock.
When did punk arrive where you guys were living? I mean, did it come on time, like 77, or did it come a little later?
Let's just say that people were still wearing bell bottoms in 1987.
Wow. But surely there was a small enclave of people that would get the records, right?
Right.
Everyone.
Not when it came out. Absolutely not. I really doubt if anyone, bought Nevermind the Bullocks. Or,
Really? No way.
Anything.
That's 77. But people were buying like the Butthole Surfer's first record and.
By the mid '80s, or
yeah,
the mid '80s.
Like My War, Black Flag.
But you still had to go to Seattle to get it.
Or Olympia. You can go to Olympia.
Yeah.
Wow. Do you go back and visit Aberdeen a lot, or?
I do.
I can't even remember the last.
Because I got my old family there and a bunch of old timers there, like people who are really old, like Clayton Deasy and stuff. And those guys are like the old. Yeah. Yeah.
Aren't you two related?
Yeah.
These guys are related. They're related.
It is.
We didn't know that until like last year.
Yeah.
You're related?
They're related.
In what way?
They all have 6 toes on each foot.
No, it's through marriage. It's like this weird marriage relation, but his uncle is my uncle.
But everyone in Aberdeen's related.
One way or another.
Like a Jukes and Calicax thing. Great.
But these people are so cool because they're the old-time Washington people, the old-time Aberdeen people, and they're like total full of respect, and they're really neat, and they remember all the old times, and they're really cool to like talk to them.
Old-timers disease.
Related.
We have too much aluminum.
Aluminium.
Wow. Did the looking back now at the sort of the whole sub pop grunge thing, now that we can put it in the past, I think. What do you make of it all? I mean, do you think it was it hurt the music at all, or it hurt bands, or was it a good thing as a promotional vehicle?
Always a good thing, sure.
If someone wouldn't have come up with grunge, it would have been called something else.
And did it ever have any meaning, do you think?
Did it ever have any what?
Any meaning?
I think it described what kind of guitar rock we were playing at the time pretty well. I thought it was an okay word.
There was a scene too. There was like bands like the Fluid and Tad and Mudhoney, Swallow, like the whole sub pop scene. Like
let's not forget Blood Circus.
Oh, Blood Circus! God, thanks for reminding me. And it was like really cool. Like people would play shows, and there was like no pretensions or anything. It was just like rock and roll bands intertwining with other rock and roll
bands. It was
bands.
the first time that I had seen an audience just get completely loose. You know, to break down all that cool barriers. You know, where people are trying to be punk or cool in the early and mid '80s. You know, when we used to go to punk rock shows. You know, when all of a sudden, Sub Pop was putting out records, and we were all friends with all these other bands, and the audiences at the places like the Vogue and the Central, it was incredible. Like people were, diving all over each other and falling down drunk and smiling and just vomiting and having a great time. You know, it's just there were no inhibitions at that time. Just everyone decided, let's have fun. You know.
Is it still possible to do that, do you think? I mean, is that
Not
still
in
look
Seattle. Not in Seattle, no. We tried to play a show at the Crocodile a little while ago, and it was one of the stiffest, most uncomfortable shows I've ever played.
People are just watching, expecting.
Expecting what?
Expecting the Nevermind phenomenon. Fuck up. You're like, fuck up, yeah.
I have to go to the bathroom.
No.
Sorry.
Okay, can
There's
you just
one right there.
go handheld? We're just going to send the camera with you. And
Okay. I've had this resume.
Let's resume.
As you know, you can watch them with you.
thank you.
You were in the military.
We have an extra wine glass here.
I caught that a few times. You were in the military. Ever be overseas? You were in the military?
Okay, so you guys went and got Steve Albini to produce your record, which I thought struck me as a really good idea because I think production, as it's developed over the years, really seems to smooth out music a lot. You know, I think maybe more people should do that. Do you think that's true?
Absolutely.
I mean, you hear riffs that were once like revolutionary, and now they're on Aerosmith records, and they're meaningless.
Big. Everything gotta sound big.
Yeah.
To me, it sounds flat and tame.
I mean, did you tell Albini you wanted something, or did you just go to him because
No.
he had something?
See, he doesn't consider himself
He's
a
got
producer.
it. He's got it, and
He's a recorder.
and he will not let go of it. Like for Albini, you know, he's got his ethic. You know, you gotta either do the song like 3 takes or 4 takes, and then forget it. Don't even record it. You know. So we went in there, and all our chops were really strong. So we first take, we did all these songs. So it caught his interest. But yeah, it's really narrow, but really cool, really hard, and about Albini's production.
Oh, we weren't listening to you. We were talking about something else.
They were talking about blood and
blister.
blisters,
I was trying to draw you into this conversation.
I'm sorry. Let's start over.
Most of the songs on our record were first take.
No overdubs, just done straightforward.
No, there were
overdubs.
Guitar overdubs.
Has having Pat in the band changed the dynamic on stage?
Sure.
Makes it a lot more fun.
Makes it easier for me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It gives everyone something to look at.
Oh yeah, right. Half the time I don't even ever look at the other guys. I mean, I have so many other things to concentrate on. And then I look over and I see Pat's smiling face, and it just gives me a bit of hope, you know. Makes me feel good.
I know I saw you guys at Roseland. I think what I saw is right, that the stuff you're using on stage for little stomp boxes are just little stomp boxes, right? They're not $300 great big.
Oh no, they're old, early 70s Electro-Harmonix effects boxes.
Wow, how do you keep that stuff going?
Ernie Bailey.
Yeah, our guitar friend. This guy he can fix anything, a blender or a guitar. He's great. He's just and they're
He's
kind of
into
hard
old
to find.
technology.
Yeah, those things are kind of hard to find, and I guess they're becoming collector's items now.
I think there's a store in New York that collects that stuff.
He knows,
Yeah, Rogue Music.
They use this
prices.
capacitor, they use this transistor, because they used this poor grade, cheap transistor at the time. That's what gave it that sound. Like if you used a modern transistor, it wouldn't sound as
True.
cool.
If you were to use the same schematic but used contemporary electronics, you wouldn't get the same sound. You know what I mean?
The Soviet Union is now the former Soviet has got them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Electro-harmonic were buying them during
It's a Red Army pedal.
Yeah,
they make them out
those
of
pedals.
tanks.
Yeah.
Tanks. And you go, you crank on it.
That's the technology
Really?
that made them.
Yeah.
Jesus.
The sheet metal is about that thick.
So heavy.
Tank parts.
Distortion box.
Still?
It's just
No, they're not.
Wow.
I got a big muff.
And that's a big muff. This
not
is
as good.
total tank. Tank materials. That's what they made out of. It's like you stomp on it, and the metal around it is like total thick, and that olive drab, Soviet olive green color. It's just wow, amazing.
Well, I have to ask
now
you
you can buy a spacesuit, like Soviet Union.
Run your
Think about
guitar
all the
through it
parties
and...
you can have. Hey, who am I?
So I have to ask you about the story of the moment, since the only thing we cover is this Michael Jackson thing. What do you think is happening? What do you think?
We have no right to even.
No, I'm not asking you to speculate on his guilt or innocence. What do you think of just the uproar over it, like this?
I think it's
They
ridiculous.
need a story.
It's a
Story.
waste of
The
time.
press needs a story. Doesn't matter what the story is. It's a story.
Why don't you ask
know?
Latoya? She'll do
This
it.
starving
Yeah.
child.
Latoya, what do you think of
This is
Latoya?
it.
Why can Latoya pose nude with a snake but not have sexual relations with her sleazy Las Vegas husband?
Question for the ages. Who knows? I don't know. But I mean, all these people are just, there's this big story in Vanity Fair about this, and just everybody involved in the story just seems like scum. I mean, they just seem horrible.
Yeah.
They just seem horrible.
Fuck you all.
Yeah, it's just...
All the story press is like perspective. They got to get perspective on something, like in Rolling Stone. And how many perspectives have we read about the 60s? The 60s, what it meant, and where we are as like baby boomers and all this shit. It's like perspective and story and like revisionism. And it's just fucking who knows what is after that. You know, you read all this crap. Just
So are the authorities calling Michael back to the States? Is he actually breaking a law right now?
Not yet, because he hasn't been charged with anything criminally,
Well, in
but he has a civil
January.
suit pending, and
Yeah,
he's supposed to be here
yeah, but
maybe
the
this
Globes
weekend.
say
Deposition in January. He isn't like, you know.
No, he's not a fugitive.
Jumping.
No,
Yeah.
not yet. Not yet.
Well, so what's the big deal? He
Well,
has
I
all
think
the
they
right
think
to
they
be
think
away
that,
until-
but I think they think he's acting suspicious. you know.
So it's speculation.
Yeah, oh, totally. I mean, who knows?
But
I
it wouldn't
say-
matter if he got on Oprah again and cried in front of everybody. It's not going to change anyone's opinion.
You know what's going to
about it.
happen? He's going to fake his death. They're going to fucking burn him. And he's going to have his ashes scattered over Euro Disney.
Ooh. And I'll never.
And they're
drink
desperate. They'll go for it.
I just feel really sorry. For
Every
him.
time.
So let's talk about this this song. Where did you sleep last night? That you do. Where did you first come upon this?
I'm off of one of my Lead Belly records. Actually, Burroughs, I was reading an interview with him in a magazine one time, and he said something like, these rock and roll kids of nowadays should throw away their electric guitars and listen to some real soul music, and they should listen to Lead Belly. And that was quite a few years ago, so that's how I was introduced to him.
Except for that version you did on MTV Unplugged was great. I mean, it's just
Thank you.
phenomenal. It's really cool.
We don't play it very often because it's pretty emotional,
Yeah.
and so we usually just save it for special moments.
Because I'd heard that song originally was in the Pines, and it was done by like Bill Monroe and Mike Seeger.
Yeah,
all these
Seegers,
guys.
yeah, sure.
Just for years and years and years.
They
Dave Van Ronk, I mean.
in the early 50s, like they totally did all the Lead Belly songs, the Seegers.
Yeah, all kinds of people ripped him off.
Yeah. They were the
He
first
wrote a
ones.
lot of really great songs.
Creedence Clearwater. Yeah.
Yeah?
Sure.
What was that one singing group that really ripped him off all the time?
Oh, the Weavers.
The Weavers.
Weavers, yeah. Weavers,
really
not the
lame
Seegers.
white group.
The Weavers, that's what I was talking about.
Oh, Pete Seeger was in the Weavers. Yeah.
The Seegers were in the Weavers.
Well, Pete Seeger was in the
The
Weavers, and Mike
Seeger-
Seeger was another Seeger
Seeger
who
Weavers.
did other stuff. It's much too complicated to get into. But it's a great tune. Are there any other songs like that that you might be doing sometime in the future, like these nuggets of American folklore?
No, not that I can think of right now.
We did Seasons in the Sun. And that's American
folk.
folklore.
Yeah.
It is. We had joy, we had fun, we had to.
We should have played that. We should start playing that because we practiced it the other day.
Didn't you say you wanted to get the story of the... He wants to get the story of the B-side again. I think he wants
Put the bone in?
Put the bone in.
Put
like
the bone
Like the
in.
narrative sort of thrust of it.
Well, Put the Bone In is about a man's dog who's hit by a car, and they're burying the dog, and he's begging to put the bone in.
With the dog.
With the dog. That's about it.
Does it have a resolution of some sort? Does he get to put the bone in?
It's just, a funny little chorus.
Do you think it's a double entendre of some sort? Do you think they're saying one thing but actually
Huh?
means something else?
What do you mean?
Like one of those, like put the bone in.
I don't think Terry.
Innuendo.
There's nothing sexual
You're
about
worse
it.
than the English, man. You're baiting us. No? That's baiting. They're baiting us.
Fair
man.
play. Yeah.
Sounds like Taz is baited. Nah. He's baited.
So how long will this tour go on? Are you going to be on the road for the rest
For fucking
the next
ever.
2 years, or do you get
I don't
off?
know. It doesn't seem like we've even been on tour, really. Looking back on it, it's been the easiest, greatest tour I've ever been on.
Really?
Oh, yeah. It's so relaxed and great.
Wow.
It's just, you know, the morale is great. Our health is good. It's just, and playing these larger places is just, it's a lot easier for us because we can actually breathe instead of, you know, we've been going on tour for like 5 years of playing sweaty little clubs and sometimes choosing to play in the wrong time of the year, like in Texas in July, you know.
Yeah. Well, you get it, and like everybody who wants to like just like have a good time and really go for it. It's like totally rocking out and just like riding crazy, and like anybody who doesn't want to, you just kind of like shift back on like perimeter and just kind of rock out and watch, and it's like really satisfying, really good.
Yeah. These are really good sized places that we're playing. The average of 3,000 to 5,000.
So you're not going to like super stadiums or anything? Do you think that'll happen in the summer?
No, we couldn't actually.
We did. We went into this. It was like the St. Paul Arena. It was 55, and I drove back into Minneapolis, and I saw this thing, and it was like so big. The top of it was like inflated, so it was like the total glacier dome, big thing. That's where the Rolling Stones played. Like boom, boom.
There'd be pressure to do that when summer comes around, right? Won't they be saying, hey, stadiums, you know, outdoor concerts?
Well, we're thinking of maybe doing Lollapalooza if they'll give us 100% of the back end.
Yeah. We're not that cool. We're not that cool. But we could go play like, oh yeah, after this tour we're gonna go and like play stadiums and sit there.
Well, I'm sure you
this
could.
This is a song about hope. You know.
Does anyone remember laughter?
Yeah.
Ooh. Ooh.
We need to change it.
Okay.
Size of floor. That's the clinch. My pussy is like a Brillo pad. Okay, I'm sorry. You guys wanted Elsa clinch? I'm sorry. You guys baited me. I mean, I was quoting.
That's
baiting. I'm sorry.
We're rolling.
So what's this thing in Seattle? This sort of homecoming concert that you're playing with Pearl Jam?
Well, there's going to be a parade. We're going to be on a convertible Cadillac. We're going to be on the.
I was afraid of
that. That's homecoming, Seattle.
Isn't this going to be strange? Don't you have to pretend it's New Year's Eve?
Yes, we do.
It's like.
But I hear they've shipped in 1,000 people that look good on camera. Do you know that? It's like the entire cast of The Grind.
If the money's right, I'll do anything.
That's our crowd. We just have our crowd and we just ship them all over the country.
If the money's right, I'll do anything.
Well, it's MTV. I'm sure the money's not right. This can't be why you're doing it. So.
It's MTV.
It's like equals promotion. Like
we get a free trip home.
I was bad at algebra.
But is this like? I mean, they're gonna drop balloons and kind of. It just sounds.
I don't know what's going on.
Sounds strange.
We're gonna kill ourselves on stage like Gigi Allen.
Oh.
What a
We miss
wuss.
Gigi. Well, sort of.
He
That was a very touching
Good
movie,
night,
Gigi's,
funny
the movie on
boy.
Gigi's life.
I'm scared to see my mom. I'm gonna have to kill myself.
No, he was buried. He was in Flipside. That guy was in Flipside. He's like totally like this, and then he had this like this leather coat. And he had this jockstrap that said "Eat Me." He was wearing this jockstrap. "Eat Me." He's like totally dead.
That's the,
Well, I'm so impressed.
The
He was
cover
so
of the new
pumped.
record. Have you heard the cover of his new record?
I know.
It's him in a casket and the band standing around the casket like. I swear to God.
Gigi still sings.
Gigi lives.
Did you ever see Gigi? Did you see Gigi live?
No, I was just too afraid.
It was an amazing experience.
No,
I was afraid.
I could have went one time. I know knew he was playing, but I just didn't get around to it.
You must have
Would have been something.
handfuls of shit thrown at you, I suppose.
Yeah.
But still,
We being shit lovers ourselves.
as he was.
Way scared. I'm definitely scared. I played at some club a few years back, and I'm about to sit in this couch with this big old fucking stain out, and they go,
Oh yeah,
They're
I was
just
in that
talking-
same club.
Were you?
That's
in San
Gigi's
Francisco?
Kennel Club.
And they go,
That's his stain. That's
yeah.
Gigi's
and they go,
stain.
and just have a normal
We don't lean
conversation. They go
against
to,
it. No
oh,
one
don't
is-
sit there. That's Gigi's shit. I'm like, oh, whoa.
It's in San
Yeah.
Francisco. Kennel
Yeah.
Club.
Stain of Gigi.
Oh. And this is like 1993 on 94. body fluids are not cool anymore. No kinds of body fluids.
So maybe you could tell our audience about Francis Farmer, because I think there are a lot of people out there that don't know the Francis Farmer story, and you've sort of made a point of
You
bringing
should
her
buy
up.
the book Shadowlands.
Mhm.
It was written by I think he's a PI recorder.
Or see the movie.
For you lazy people.
Remember being on Bainbridge Island when Chad was there? He showed us that whole mental institution.
Yeah.
It was really wild.
Is it closed down?
Oh, totally.
Yeah.
Because it's like repressive, old 40s, 50s mental institution where Francis Farmer was.
They bring you in with a cold and they give you a lobotomy or something.
Yeah, yeah, like raped every day and then given a lobotomy. And that's when, if you saw, God, that Jack Nicholson movie, he had...
Yeah.
One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
No.
Yeah, that was it. They had an episode in the
He was a
Rocky Pilot
concert
today like that,
pianist.
too.
He was a concert pianist and he dumped that girl.
Wow. I don't know.
Oh,
You got me
shit,
there.
you guys suck then.
I like
You guys
mine
don't
better.
know. No.
To put on my eye.
You watch that movie and go, oh, that's what he was talking about. I'll get a drag up there.
Good. I think we've got it. You guys are up and tired.
I was just kidding.
Well, what are you listening to? What have you seen? What have you read?
Well, the tour's gone great.
Yeah, the tour's going great.
Why is it going
I
so
read
great?
The tour itinerary. No, I don't know. I think we've done a really good job at weeding out the audiences. I've been really surprised and happy to see the types of people that come to our shows. I know that sounds elitist, but I mean, they're really... I was surprised to see that there are that many kids in every city that are just good, nice kids, you know? We were so afraid, you know, we're really concerned, which, you know, translated into bitching and whining for a couple of years, but we were so afraid of having people come to our shows to cause trouble, you know, getting in fist fights. I haven't seen one fist fight in our show, you know, and that's in a smaller type of arena atmosphere, you know? And it's great. It's really nice and comforting to know that that's our audience, you know, and we're really proud of that fact, I think.
What do you suppose it is that draws them to you?
I don't know.
Being fans. And
Just like in our music. I mean, just ignoring all the crap, all you know, all the rumors and stuff, and just being real, honest music fans, you know?
Yeah, this city was really like music fans.
It was a good city.
It was different.
It's just great to go to every show and see the same types of kids every show.
Yeah.
You know?
Sure.
We had no idea there were that many kids like that. You know, we were afraid that we were going to get the Judas Priest fans. You know.
And like we played some bigger auditoriums, like, but we never sold them out. Like 8,000, but we always did like 7,000 or something.
So we couldn't play arenas if
We're
we
not.
wanted to.
Yeah. We're
Which
not
is
that
great.
that hot, but the people who like are cool.
But the people who like us really like us.
Yeah. Well, I can't remember the last time I heard somebody say they were enjoying their tour so much. You know, everybody's usually bitching and moaning about it.
Well, we usually
We
do,
had
but
that
it's
phone
just so
phase.
good compared to all our other.
And the
But
fans
it was
were-
the bitching and moaning about
They
it.
stay till the end of the show too, which
Like-
is new for me. I'm used to. I'm serious. It's really weird. They stay
They're
till the
walking
end.
out.
It's like God. They usually walk out.
They
after
stay till
25
the end.
minutes.
Well, that's sweet. That's good. So will this go on? Will you go to Europe? Will you do Japan? Will you do the South
Yeah,
American
we go
thing?
to Europe in February, March.
Maybe not South America.
Japan,
South America.
Australia, and then we might do America.
Well, you're all soon going to be married. I mean, you're going to take the wives along on
This is the guy. No, I've been married for.
I
I'm
know
going
that.
on 4 years.
He's getting married
He's
soon.
sick of rock. You know, everyone's talking about how they've lost their appetite for fried food. It's like, Beyonce is like, I've lost my appetite for rock. You know.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. But.
So you go
My
home and just
Beyonce
playing
gr-
light classical or something.
Oh, no.
Windham Hill.
It's just weird because when you
Will
take
Ackerman
someone
records.
Little monks.
I play that all the time.
First time I heard that, I thought it was Calvin Johnson. No, but they do more of like.
go.
Someone
I
drops them
missed
off.
them 3 times.
I saw them with Richard
Live.
Gere.
With Richard
With
Gere?
Richard Gere.
Opening?
You know
And
what?
Kitaro.
Have a religious
And
experience
Kitaro,
or be
all
a
in one
voyeur.
Wow.
Have a religious experience or be a voyeur. Like you can kind of like be into it and just go, ooh, or just like, oh, the good monks, and look and have like, oh, boom. You know, they have the boom, which is like boom, and then the silence afterwards.
But we know what we're talking about.
I have no idea. Maybe you're referring. I mean, the fact that they can get two voices out of this, out of their vocals is impressive.
3.
3?
Yeah.
3. Better yet.
David Height.
Yeah. The harmonic
Ask
choir.
something about your light show, which this is compared to the tour show. Your lights are really not arbitrary. It seems very tied and together and homogeneous.
Yeah, Suzanne.
Suzanne Sasek, she's fantastic.
She was on the cover of True Detective one time. Do you know that?
What?
She's cool.
Really?
Yeah. You know what, Suzanne? She's Serbian, and I'm Croatian.
No, I swear to God.
And yet you get along.
Yeah, totally.
I think there's hope.
Did you like hire her, engage her, and she came up with this, or was there interaction?
No,
She was probably always Serbian.
Sonic
I think.
Youth.
Yeah, she'd been working with Sonic Youth. We just do everything with Sonic Youth.
Basically.
Does that work? Is that the plan?
Yeah.
Shit, yeah, you can't.
You know, I haven't
10
really
million
been
fans
able to
can't be wrong.
I haven't been able to see our light show very often. You know, my back's away from it.
I know, what light show?
I saw it on videotape. It was good.
It's
good,
cool.
good, good.
Yeah.
It was
It's
good,
cool.
good,
It's
good.
bright. It's pretty.
Suzanne.
It goes out, and it comes back, and it's nice.
And I saw her doing other
She's
people's
like a
light shows, and
musician.
she's like,
She plays along
she's just
with
like just watches the band.
And she rocks too. She's like,
She rocks. Yeah,
sometimes when I'm in a bad mood, I just watch her and she's all. It's true. Have you ever watched her when we're
How
playing?
can you see her?
You can see her.
I can see her.
Yeah, and she rocks. Weird. She rocks out.
I used to think that the strobe lights would put me into these weird, like, epileptic sort of...
I know, I'm always scared of that.
You know?
I have to just stand there and just like...
You can't move.
Notes, yeah.
Or Steve Albini had this idea when we were playing. He's like, he hates click tracks and metronomes because he thinks they're too fascist and restricting. So he had this great idea that he'd put a strobe light in front of me, and I could like play along to this strobe light, and I'm just sitting there trying to play, and it's just awful, man.
Talk about your fascist stuff.
He was sticking his heels like. Strobe light.
So have you guys got the rhythm of the road down now? I mean, you're seasoned guys. You don't go out and like party all night. You party a little bit.
Oh no, that's what we've learned
not to do.
Yeah.
So now it's kind
I
of.
mean, our backstage area is so casual. It's actually really boring. But
It's
that's the way
child
it should
friendly
be.
because my
It's child
sister-in-law,
friendly,
Yeah.
my sister-in-law goes, well, we gotta find a babysitter for Lindsay. It's like my niece
Yeah.
and stuff. I go, oh, you bring her along, man. It's like Francis there.
Francis has been on the tour the
and
whole
like,
time.
Yeah.
It's
She's
just
been
like,
the star of the show.
yeah, it's like totally mellow.
Wow.
Yeah, we don't allow any, label reps or,
That's interesting.
radio people back at all. So it's just us. We have dinner, say grace, eat dinner, and leave.
Well, it seems very organized. I guess it wasn't always this way, right?
Not really.
We used to go, we had our own van. We'd drive around, 3 guys in a van, wherever there's a show, we'd pull up.
Where's the van today? I mean,
My brother has it.
Still running, huh?
It fucking runs like a clock. Never broke down on us, too. Because all these other bands, we always hear about their tragic stories about breaking down, and the van broke down. And our van is like all this wind.
Because you were such a Nazi about changing the oil. He never, in the middle of July, he wouldn't let us use the air conditioning because it cost him us gas, waste gas.
Or drive above
Burning
70
up.
miles an hour. Hey, you want to turn off the wipers?
But
Gee, the old days.
So that was your
see,
van.
Chris was always the papa in charge, according to the.
You know what?
band.
I was also the biggest guy, and I had about $800, $900 in my wallet, or right here, front pocket. And like everybody wanted any money. You want any money?
oh, I gotta buy some records of this. I'm like, also, oh yeah, sure. I fucking handed it off.
What about craft night? Arts and crafts nights.
We did that collage. And shit.
Arts and crafts nights?
Nah, we were just like kind of creative. We had like all these collages and shit. Man, oh shit. Oh,
Do you have a cigarette, Chris? Pat, do you have a cigarette?
Mm-hmm. God, did you get shoes?
No, I lost my
Those
shoes.
aqua things.
He wears aqua socks.
I've lost 2 pairs of shoes in the past week. I don't have any shoes left. All I have is my fucking
Where'd you get that hat?
I bought it in a secondhand store in Fort Lauderdale.
Ooh.
And I bought a tie that looked like a spider web, and I bought a black shirt. I like this hat.
So I was just wondering where you got it. You don't see them often.
It's a good hat. And I was like in Florida, and like
It's a good hat.
What is
Florida?
good?
We
right
were,
wingers.
we were
I go,
looking
you
for
know what?
guns in Florida.
Okay, check this out. Yeah, we were, because the guy goes, somebody said there was a bullet with each one of our heads on it. Yeah, because it was probably because of the heart-shaped box video or whatever.
Because of the heart-shaped box videos, somebody's going to shoot you?
Threats.
Threat.
On
So
a
I go,
few
oh, well,
shows.
I'm gonna go to a
let's not
store.
mention that.
I'm gonna go to a store. This is really funny because were you with me that day?
Yeah, we
But
went to the pawn shop.
We went to the pawn shop, and I saw these 45s, and I go, I'm gonna buy that one right there. There's a 3-day period in Florida. I go, oh, forget it. And so I swallowed it, and I went to New Orleans. I'm walking around, and you know those great streets in New Orleans and all the like balconies and shit. I see Jim Brady, his wife. I see Jim fucking Brady. I swear to God, he was there, Jim fucking Brady, and he was like in his like wheelchair, and he had his, like his bald head and his like scar and all that shit. And I want to go, well, congratulations, Mr. Brady, like on your crime bill, but like all these mainstream.
But on the other hand, he wants to buy a fucking gun. Yeah. So, Jim Brady, you're pissed. We're gonna take you 3 days.
You got to see my brother Robert and I.
To die in 3 days.
My brother and me, we got a fucking Chinese rifle and that 45,
The best kind.
and we can hit anything on
Really
past
accurate.
the camera. We are a dead shot.
What are you going to do with this expertise, do you think?
Shoot cane. Love my family.
Hey, we were on the grassy knoll last week. Let's talk fucking serious
Bottle.
business here.
What do you-
No way that guy could have shot him from that.
Well,
from that
there's this
place.
book that just came out, Case Closed, makes a really, really good argument.
Fuck case
for that.
closed.
Not-
We were on the grassy knoll. We looked up at the book suppository, and we said, "There's no way that he could have made that shot. There's no way." Even if he had one of those
As we were
laser
standing
guns.
by the little fence,
Mhm.
the picket fence, that was an easy shot.
Yeah.
you know.
Right. But according to this book, the distance from the book depository to Kennedy is shorter than the distance he had to fire in the Marines.
Whatever.
You should have saw it.
There was no way.
Robert and
Have
I
you
had
been there?
a fucking
Yeah.
target.
Didn't you
thing.
think no way?
It was so
Well, at the
far.
time, it was a long time
It was
ago,
so
yeah, but this
far.
book is really
I had
persuasive.
Like 45, and he had that Chinese
It's a
rifle, and we
book.
like switch him off. And we were like picking him off, man. It was far away.
We just had a guy in New York the other day, got on a railroad car and just started blasting away. Just
Yeah.
kill people. I mean, incredible.
That's what I say.
Long Island. Let's get it straight.
Long Island, that's
Island. He purposely didn't go to New York.
Kill people that deserve it.
Precisely. You know, you should think about these things. It shouldn't be a spontaneous occurrence.
Oh, comes down.
You don't mean that, I'm sure.
I didn't say. Did I say that?
I said I'm a mime.
Got my hand behind his back.
You guys have patched that all up, and I think all Seattle bands love each other, don't they? I mean,
Always have.
Did you hear about the Matt Lukin story? Oh, this is a great one.
I haven't heard it. I hear it.
There's Pearl Jam.
Mudhoney are on tour with Pearl Jam. Right?
Mudhoney's on tour with Pearl Jam. Pearl Jam's doing Jeremy Spoken. And Matt Lukin walks on stage with a gorilla mask and goes, hoo, hoo, hoo. And everybody on it is going, oh, what the fuck?
You've ruined the moment.
Oh, you know? And Matt Lukin was my best man at my wedding. No shit. That's why I go like fucking Matt is my man.
The alcohol was a flowing that day.
Yeah. Shit, you were
just
there.
that day though.
Yeah.
Must have been a
I was
Friday. Throwing your wedding cake out the window.
I know. we had like this fig liquor, like
Yugoslavian
rakia,
fig liquor.
Rakia, the
Oh.
Croatian
Yeah.
Slivovitz going.
A fig liquor. Is that a racist remark or what?
That stuff's
I'm no
dangerous.
fig.
Does that sound like totally racist?
Yeah.
Yeah, we had this fig liquor.
Fig fuck liquor. Fuck liquor.
So have you been back to Croatia since your last visit? Are you in touch with things over there?
Oh,
With your
there's
relatives, I should
Yeah, I have relatives there, and they're like relatives. Like oh, we're okay, and things are kind of screwy. We don't have any water and electricity, but don't you worry, Chris. We're gonna be okay, and all that shit. But I'm gonna be there. When's our break in our tour?
We have like 10 days or something.
In March. Yeah, I'm gonna drive down there.
I'm not going.
I'm gonna go. You're gonna go?
Yeah.
Good, because I asked you, and I asked you wouldn't go.
I can't, Chris. I'm too afraid.
It's all right, man. I'm the most prominent Croatian, so I can cruise through there. I'm telling you that much.
You're like magic there. They wouldn't fire
Yeah,
you.
yeah. Fuck
Chris
yeah, man.
arrives in his glass cubicle. Another parade.
Yeah, I'm just like.
I don't want to go.
In that way.
Executed or something when you go back. I mean, I would be.
Another bullet with
I
your
would be.
name on
That's
it.
why I'm going. I'm a Novoselic. I mean.
I'm afraid no, sir.
Hey, Kurt, are you getting custom guitars from Fender? You said some guy built a guitar for you after the show.
Yeah, I've designed a guitar.
What are the special features of it?
Well, I took a Polaroid. I took
It's
a
really
Polaroid
hard to
picture. I took a Polaroid picture of a Mustang and a Polaroid picture of a Jaguar, and then I cut them in half and glued them together and told them to build that, and it's called the Jag-Stang.
It looks real cool.
It does look cool.
I don't know if it's going to be available.
Well, as long as you have one, I think that's
Yeah.
the point of those things, right? You just get your guitar.
Mm.
Cool.
I still don't really like it as much as the Mustangs.
Yeah, do you play that?
I need to do. I have to have something.
But it looks cool.
Lars
It looks
Ulrich
good.
started like.
How old is
he
that
got
one you play
Tama
now
to
on
make
stage?
his own.
Oh, it's fairly new.
Yeah.
Yeah, they reissued Japanese Mustangs. I play those mostly.
So you're not like a big guitar collector.
No, they're too expensive. I have a couple of old Mustangs.
You could do it too.
Whatever I have in my hand. I've smashed a lot of vintage guitars before. I don't do it as much anymore.
Oops.
It's like
Good. Okay. All right.
I found them before we reached catering.
Check.